Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and it's me, Amy, and sorry I dropped my phone for a minute there, but so my husband and I have been watching the Harry Potter movies lately. I've seen the first four, I guess. Yeah, the first four. Still not a big Harry Potter fan, but the movies were better than I anticipated. I don't know if I want to watch them again though. And I'm willing to give the other, I guess there's four of them, the last four a try. But, given that, I had the idea to do kind of like a wizard-themed video or magic-themed video. I don't have a ton of things that are magic-themed to show you. But in keeping with the Harry Potter theme, kind of, I wanted to show you the first 3 lip balms that my husband bought for me. This was back when we were still dating. And we were long distance, and it was between our first and second date, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And I didn't know he was ordering these for me, so one day in the mail I got a package of lip balms for my husband, and they're from Delight Naturals, and I don't know if these are available anymore. They may or may not be, but they are Butterbeer lip balms by Delight Natural. And while we've been watching Harry Potter movies, I've been putting these on. They smell like butterscotch, and all 3 of them are the same. It came in a pack of 3. You might be able to buy it individually, though, if it's still available. So, it's kind of Harry Potter looking, a little bit. And I think it was in Christmas of 2022 was the last Christmas my husband and I were long distance, and the last Christmas before he and I got married. My sister-in-law, she got each of us a pack of the Bertie Bott's jelly beans, and that's Harry Potter. It's a Harry Potter reference, if you don't know. And they didn't taste great. They had disgusting flavors like earthworm, I think vomit, boogers, you know, this kind of booger. You know, nasty ones like that. I think there might have been a few ones that weren't too bad. We tried them all individually, and they were disgusting. So eventually, at one point, I just put the whole box in my mouth, like that. Chewed it up, and it was still tasted nasty, but it was a little bit more tolerable. That was just something I remembered after I showed you those lip balms. So I think I featured this book on my channel one other time called Friendship Fun Forever, or Friendship Forever Fun, something like that. It's a Scholastic book. I'm guessing it was one from like a book fair or something. And basically, it's like a book of ideas you can do with your friends. Because this was before, like, social media took off or anything like that. The internet wasn't as everywhere as it is now. So it had stuff like different games you could play, crafts, recipes, stuff like that you and your friends can do together. But it does have a few, like, little magic tricks, and I figured I would read them to you. The first one I'm going to read, it's kind of like a lifesaver one, and I don't know if they still make this lifesaver flavor. Lifesaver flavor, that rhymes. But, I'm going to read it to you anyway, and, yeah. Let me know if you try any of them. Alright, so it's called, Making Magic. Show your friends that you have a few tricks up your sleeve by putting on a magic show. You can find simple magic trick kits at toy and hobby stores, and on Amazon, but Amazon's not mentioned in this book here. Or have fun doing these easy tricks for your friends. So we can either get a magic trick set, or if they make, I'm sure they make them still. Or you can try these. I'm going to read to you. Candy Magic. Bet you didn't know that eating a Lifesavers candy could create some sparks. It's true, the sugar crystals and Winto-Green Lifesavers create a charge that's visible in the dark when you chew them. And this is the one I wasn't sure if it still exists or not, because this is a pretty old book. It's from like 2000. All you'll need to try this simple experiment is a few Winto-Green Lifesavers, a friend, in a really dark place like a closet or bathroom without windows. Shut yourself in the dark area and wait a few minutes until your eyes adjust to the darkness. After your eyes have adjusted, crunch the Lifesavers for your friend to see. You'll need to chomp on the Lifesavers with your mouth open so that your friend can see the Winto-Green Lifesavers light up the dark with their little lightning bolt-like charges. Then have your friends do the crunching so that you can watch the sparks fly too. Alright, there's like a little brief overview. And I haven't tried these, so I don't know if they work or not. Some trick, and I've heard of this one. I've never tried it, but I've heard of it before. I'm familiar with it. With this trick, you pretend to remove your thumb from your hand and give it to someone else. What you need: a handkerchief, a baby carrot, or carrot stick as thick as your thumb. So like that big. What you do: with your back to your friends, so they can't see what you're doing, hide the carrot in your left hand. Make a fist so no one can see the carrot. Hold up your right hand thumb and show your friends. Then ask a friend to cover your right hand with the handkerchief. With your right hand covered by the handkerchief, place your left hand under the carrot where your thumb is supposed to be. Have the same friend hold on to the thumb, the carrot. Then pull your hand away. She'll think she'll still be holding on to the thumb. Alright, so this one's covered on 2 pages, so show that first, and then the top sentence, or top line, not really sentence. Okay, last one, but not least, the sugar cube trick. Amaze your friends with a magical sugar cube. What you need: a sugar cube, a glass of water, a felt tip pen. What you do: ask a friend to write a number between 1 and 10 on one side of the sugar cube. Without looking at the number she has written, place the cube between your thumb and forefinger so that your thumb is pressing the side she wrote on. Press firmly on the cube with your finger and thumb. Then drop the cube into the glass of water. Okay, so I'm going to show you this page first because it does continue on the next page. Alright. While the sugar cube is dissolving, have your friend place her hand in yours. Press the thumb that held the sugar cube onto her palm. I just want to make sure it was recording real quick, I'm sorry. This will transfer the number from your thumb to her palm. Hold her hand above the glass, commanding the dissolved sugar cube to reveal the number. Turn her palm over to reveal the number she selected and wrote down. I've heard of different number tricks like that before. Okay, so that's that. But I've never really tried it. Okay, so I think I featured this like one other time. It's an American Girl book called Super Summer Parties. It's from the late 90s and it's iconic. Like, everyone loves this book. I never really tried any, I never threw any of the parties in here, but I was always obsessed with this book. I got it at the Indianapolis Children's Museum in 2004 during the summer, or 2003, one of the two. Okay, and we have a summer party called Mystery and Magic Night. That's what it looks like. Alright. There's magic in the air. Invite your friends to join you for an enchanted evening of fortune-telling and surprises. Okay, so this is the invitation, invisible invitations. For each guest, you'll need a sheet of white paper, a rubber band, and a highlighter pen, any color except yellow. And I'm not sure why yellow wouldn't work. Maybe it just wouldn't show as well. At the top of the paper, use a regular marker or pen to write a mysterious message telling your guest to color over the invitation with the highlighter. Then use a white crayon to write the information about the party. Wrap the note around the highlighter and secure with a rubber band. Alright, so that's what it would look like, the invitation, and then that's the instructions there. Alright. And this is how you could decorate for the slumber party. Sleepover done. Create a special entrance by hanging long strands of beads in the doorway, or hang wind chimes that tinkle, I think I meant to say twinkle, or tingle, whenever someone passes by. Throughout the room, spread out big cushions and pillows to lounge on. Drape exotic-looking scarves or pieces of material over the furniture and windows. Dim the lights and, with a parent's permission, burn incense or scented candles. So my mom is really sensitive to like certain smells and scents. That's what it would look like decorated. So I couldn't do the incense or scented candles unless I just laid the scented candles and didn't burn them. I remember as a kid, like, it seemed like door beads were super popular in the 2000s. That's when I was a little kid. And I wanted door beads, but now that I'm older, I'm kind of glad that I never got them because it's, like, no privacy. Okay, this is a game. Tangled Web. You'll need a ball of yarn for each guest. Use the same color for everyone if you want to give your guest a real challenge. Tie the loose end of each ball around a party favor, then tuck the favor into a small hiding place somewhere in the room. Unwind each ball of yarn, weaving it over, under, and around objects in the room. At the end of the unwrapped yarn, tie or tape a slip of paper with a guest's name on it. When your guests arrive, have them untangle the mystery and follow their yarn to a special surprise. Alright, so that's kind of like an example. See the couch? Poor dog. Please don't wrap up your pets, though, if you try this. Okay, these are the food ideas. You're getting hungry. Bewitch your guest with tricky treats, wizard sweets, and a frothy, foaming brew. Mystery meals. Make a variety of sandwiches such as turkey, cheese, and peanut butter and jelly. Wrap each sandwich and pack it in a shoebox with a piece of fruit. Sprinkle confetti stars and moons in each box and tuck in a special favor. Wrap the boxes and invite each guest over to choose one. Have some extra sandwiches and fruit on hand in case a guest doesn't like what she gets or there's an allergy. That would be a good idea. Okay, so wrong page. There you go. Okay. Question mark cupcakes. Use your favorite cake mix to bake cupcakes. Make a question mark on top of each one with frosting. It's kind of a little small at the bottom. Luck is a draw. Set out a big bowl of fortune cookies for your guests. You can buy fortune cookies at most grocery stores. You can get them at Panda Express as well. Like they sell them in a pack at the cash register. And they usually put them beside the meals that you order. But anyway. Foaming magic brew. Scoop vanilla ice cream, 1 scoop per guest, into a large bowl or punch bowl. Pour root beer over the ice cream until the ice cream is covered. Then ladle the foaming brew into glasses and serve with a straw and spoon. So it's, in other words, it's a root beer float. Okay. Wizard sticks. This one reminds me of Harry Potter so much. These crunchy snacks are sure to cast a spell over everyone. You will need 1 cup white chocolate chips. I'd have to do milk chocolate or dark chocolate, probably, yeah. Because I get sick if I eat white chocolate. Microwave safe bowl. Pretzel rods. Tall plastic cup, a variety of sprinkles or candy silver balls, wax paper. Okay, so if you're overage, if you're not a kid, you don't need an adult, but this is written for kids, so it's going to say with an adult. So I'm going to say with an adult. Because that's what the book says. With an adult, microwave the chocolate chips on medium-high for 1 minute. Remove and stir. Continue microwaving for 30 seconds at a time, stirring in between until smooth. Pour the chocolate into the cup. Dip a pretzel into the chocolate, tilting the cup and turning the rod to coat it evenly with a thin layer of chocolate. Let the excess drip off the end of the pretzel. Gently shake the sprinkles over the dipped pretzel, then set on wax paper to cool. Let the chocolate harden for 1 hour before eating. Okay, so that's what it would look like. Okay, and this is how you can make your own magic wand. With a wave of your hand, each of you can make your own magic wand. You will need cardboard tubes from coat hangers, 1 for each guest. Or paper towel rolls, type of thing that are empty. Aluminum foil, construction paper, pencil and ruler, scissors and glue, glitter and ribbon. Cover each tube with aluminum foil. For each one, stack 2 pieces of construction paper together and draw a straw about 4 inches wide on the top sheet. Cut out the star, cutting through both sheets. Glue 1 star to the end of the tube about 1 inch down, then glue the other star to the same end as the tube on the facing side so that the star's edges match up. Decorate the wand with glitter, let dry, then tie long streams of ribbon to the wand just below the stars. Okay, and this is a game that you can play featuring a wand. Blue Clue. You guys remember that show, Blue's Clues? Keep your friends guessing with the sneaky trick. Ask the group for a volunteer. Take the volunteer out of the room and explain to her that you will be going back into the room alone to ask the group to pick an object. Explain that you will then call her back in and point to various objects around the room, asking which one is the chosen object. Tell her that the correct object will be the one you point to right after you point to something that is blue. When she identifies the chosen object, everyone will think she has magical powers. So I'll show you the directions to that. Okay. I don't know if you guys ever watched Arthur, but there's a character named Prudelle, and she was like in the fortune telling and their version of Harry Potter, which was Henry Screever. And this party reminds me so much of her. It seemed like in the 90s it was, or later 90s, I don't know about the whole decade, but it seemed like fortune telling and astrology was really big. I was just a little girl, so I don't know if that's the case or not when that 90s ended, but yeah. Disappearing objects. Collect several small objects such as a marble, a button, a bead, an earring, a penny, a paper clip, a thimble, and a pair of dice. If you have a Monopoly game, you can get a thimble from that game. Put the objects in a hat and give your guest 1 minute to study the objects carefully. Then choose a girl to hold a scarf in front of you while you remove an object and hide it from view. Don't let the scarf holder peek. Then let everyone look again. Each girl should write down the object she thinks is missing. If she's right, she gets a point. Give everyone a turn as the object remover. Then add the points to see who is the super sleuth. You could even throw a lip balm in there if you wanted. Okay. Funny fortunes. You'll need 5 paper bags. Write name on one bag. On each of the other bags, write a different category, such as career, where you live, who lives with you, and favorite hobby. Pass out small pieces of paper or index cards. Have each girl write her name on a card and put it into the name bag. Then have everyone write something silly or serious to put in each of the other bags. Line up the bags with the name bag first and making sure it's still recording. Take turns being the fortune teller by drawing a name, drawing a card out of each of the other bags, and telling what the future holds for that person. So you see the example here of like the girl telling her friend what her future's like. I always found it kind of ironic that I'm from Indiana, and Indiana was what was in her speaking bubble. Okay, this game kind of reminds me of Magic 8 Ball, which I used to have. I used to have a Magic 8 Ball, but I think I got rid of it. I think it was a hand-me-down from my cousin or something. But anyway, dice advice. On a sheet of paper, list the numbers 1 to 12. Next to each number, write a word or phrase that could answer any question such as definitely, dream on, or roll again. Then take turns asking a yes or no question such as why be famous when I grow up. Roll a pair of dice and look up the number you rolled on the sheet to learn the answer to your question. I should ask my dice that question. Alright, you see that? Okay. Okay, and that would do it for that. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little magic show. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed my content, enjoyed what you watched tonight. And I hope you guys are having a great week and have a great weekend. And I will talk to you guys next time. Bye, guys.